to show you how I planted my seeds. I already planted them because my boyfriend was here to help me yesterday, but I am going to show you how I did it because I got some banana pepper seeds that I didn't have, and I obviously want to plant these. So for my other seeds, I mostly use toilet paper rolls because my mom saves them to use as crafts in the daycare, and I mean, for the most part, they're free, right? You use the toilet paper and then you normally throw these away. So I count these as free because they're normally disposable. The other great thing about these is that they're biodegradable. So that means that I can take my seed starts and put them directly into the ground or directly into a red Solo Cup or whatever I'm going to transplant them in, because I'll most likely have to transplant them into a bigger container before I can put them outside, just because the weather is not acting like I was expecting it to. The Farmer's Almanac said that our last frost date was going to be April 30th. It's not normally till May 25th, but I don't know, I guess I was just hoping that they were right. But it doesn't look like it's going to be like that. So they're probably going to have to stay inside a little bit longer than I was expecting, which isn't a big deal. Like I said, I'll just transplant them into bigger cups. But I want to show you how I turned this into a seed start. So basically, you start by cutting this toilet paper roll in half. Now, I didn't come up with this idea. I saw it, online, on Pinterest, but it's pretty easy. And like I said, I think it's awesome because it's biodegradable. You can throw this in the ground and it's going to decompose with the grass and like the dirt and whatever. So in my opinion, it's better than plastic. Now, like I said, I am going to be using red Solo Cup. Oh my goodness. I am going to be using red Solo cups, but I plan on reusing those for at least another couple years. So in the long run, because they're able to be reused, I think that while it's plastic, it's worth it. So now you cut these about halfway up so that there's 4 equal spots. Now, it can be tricky if you didn't fold them right, but that's okay. So you're going to fold each one down, and then you're going to tuck this last one that you folded underneath the first one that you folded, like so. And it does take a little bit of manipulation to get them to work just right. But like I said, I think that's worth it when it comes to biodegradable seed starters. And there you have it. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to do it a little bit closer to camera. So now hopefully you guys don't mind my setup. I'm propping my camera up on a tissue box in the room that I have my seeds. So basically you're on the table that my seeds are under. So hopefully you guys don't mind it. I hope it's good quality. If not, basically this video is getting uploaded anyway because they're not gonna all be perfect. I'm in my sweats. It's real life, I'm not going to make myself look gorgeous for a YouTube video because that's just not who I am. I'm wearing sweats because that's what I'm comfortable in. So like I said, you take each side and you fold it over. And now you take this last one that you folded and tuck it underneath, oh my goodness, the first one that you folded. Now this is not like a normal angle for me, so bear with me, but you get used to it, and it definitely gets easier as you go. So these are the two little examples of what I used. These are the only toilet paper rolls I have at the moment, and I really want to plant my banana peppers. So I'm actually going to use these Tupperware containers, which are big, and I really don't want to drill holes in it. So maybe I'll do both, and I guess if these don't work, it's not a huge deal, because I really don't want to poke holes in these. Normally you need a drainage hole, and like I said, if they don't work, it's not a huge deal. I think that they're big enough, and as long as I don't overwater them, they shouldn't get too wet. So I am using Black Gold seedling mix. I got this at Country Max. I almost couldn't remember where I got it. So basically I'm just putting it in these big bowls, so that it's easier to work with. Whoa, that's a lot. So basically I'm just putting them in this. It doesn't say to add water, but I like to add water before I put them in my potting or my starts. So I got this little thing at Home Depot yesterday after we got my seeds started. We went to Home Depot to look for some thermometers and stuff, and that thing was only $7. And it mists perfectly so that it doesn't upset the seeds. So it's pretty awesome. Now, you can... Okay, see, here's my thing, right? People tell you don't use soil to start your seeds. If you're on a budget, you gotta use whatever you have. I'm not saying that soil is going to be perfect, and I'm definitely saying that you're probably gonna lose some seeds. But the thing is if you really want something to happen, you can make it happen. If you're gonna use soil from outside, make sure that you sift it really well and that it's, really broken up into fine pieces, because seeds need a lot of air to grow. If it's too dense, then they're not going to get the nutrients that they need from the water or the sun, and they're not going to grow. So like I said, if soil is all that you can afford, just use soil. I know that they say that it's not going to work. I know it doesn't have quite the same nutrients as seed mix does. But if that's all you have, use it. Alright. So hopefully you should be able to see this. So basically what I did was I just took these little guys and I packed some dirt in there, right? Pretty, I would say, self-explanatory, but if you're not used to gardening, then you might not know what to do. That's why people like me, people like Roots and Refuge, Arms Family Homestead, Weed 'em and Reap. That's why we're all here. That's why people make YouTube videos. Is because, we have a talent or we have a passion and we want to share it. The reason that I started this YouTube channel was because I want to show you that it's oh my gosh. I want to be able to show people that you are able to grow a garden without a lot of money and, without a lot of space. Like I said, I live in a basement. I don't have a lot of space and I don't have a lot of sunlight. So I had to figure out a way to garden on a budget. Got it open. And I poured some seeds out. I'm going to take my little seed starter and press just a little buttonhole or belly button sized hole and drop a few seeds in and then cover it up. So we're going to do that for each of these seed starts. And you really only need 1 or 2 seeds in each hole. And this hole doesn't have to be that deep. And then I'm just taking the dirt that's around it and covering it up. Because you don't want them too deep. You want them to be able to feel the warmth of either the sun or the grow lights that you're using. And that's another thing, is that the method that I'm doing, first of all, I'd like to start with the fact that I didn't make up this method. I kind of modified it from Roots and Refuge. So once I'm done showing you how I'm doing this, I will show you my setup. But I didn't make that setup on my own. She did it outside. It's way too cold for me to start it outside, so I'm starting it inside. But if you're in a warmer climate, you can start your seeds outside like this, as long as you bring them inside at night. So if that's something that you can do, if you're in a warmer climate and you can save money on grow lights, don't buy grow lights. Just put this method outside, you know, make sure that it's warm enough inside first, but I'll get to that in a minute. I'm getting way ahead of myself, but that's okay. Like I said, these videos are not going to be perfect, and I think that's one of the reasons why, well, I hope that's one of the reasons why people like it, is because hopefully I'm relatable. I don't know. I like to think I'm relatable. So I'm basically getting myself all wet. But I'm gonna make sure these are watered well. I could probably use more water, but... And then you see how fine this mister is? I have a much smaller squirt bottle that my mom is using for the flowers that we planted with the daycare kids. They have them in the windowsill. We got those from the dollar store. So you can definitely get one of these from the dollar store. Obviously, it's not going to be quite as high of quality, but guess what? It's going to work. That's the cool thing, is that it still works. It might not be the best quality, but it's going to work. And that's really all that matters. Alright. So, we're going to put those in our things, our mini greenhouses, and I will show you how this is going to work, hopefully. Obviously, here are my seeds. These are the ones that I just showed you how to do. And then the other ones are obviously there. This bin is my tomatoes. I have my grow light up here. Don't mind that nasty insulation back there. And we made these little things to prop open the bins because it was getting too hot. But like I said, I have 6 seed starts of every vegetable in their own trays, and then the trays are marked. As you can see right there, it says Roma. So all of those are Roma tomatoes. I do have a gauge in here to show temperature and humidity. I didn't water them first thing this morning, so it got a little bit dry, but that's okay. So normally it has this bin on it, right? And it's propped open here, and there's 3 in front, and then there's 1 on each of the corners and back, and obviously that one fell, but I'll fix that in a minute. So basically this acts like a greenhouse. The grow light right here beats down on it and collects heat. It obviously also warms the soil up, which keeps the seeds warm. When they get a little bigger, I think I'm going to prop them up and take the bins off so that they're closer to the light. But for now, this is how it works. Whoa, I'm looking rough. Okay, so basically this is how Roots and Refuge grows her greens in the winter. She puts her she does it with a big bag of potting soil, cuts it open and puts seeds in it, and then leaves this on her back porch. She lives in Arkansas, so she doesn't get too cold of winters. Also, you know, greens are more cold resistant, so she can do that. But I took her concept of growing greens outside and moved it inside so that it's warm enough for my seedlings to start. I'm not 100% sure this is going to work. This is going to be kind of a learning experience. I don't see why it won't work. You know, in theory, it definitely should. My seeds are going to stay warm and they're not going to go below freezing at night. But you never know. That's kind of how gardening goes. You take a risk, you plant these seeds and hope that they grow. You know, you water them, you feed them, you make sure they get sun, and they may grow or they may not. But that's the risk you take, and I'm pretty confident that they will grow. So I'm gonna try to link the video that inspired this below, and hopefully you guys liked it. Like I said, most of the stuff I had at home or I got at the dollar store, and you know, it should work just fine. I'll give you an update soon once they start sprouting, if they start sprouting, but until then, hopefully you guys like this idea and you can take some tips or tricks or maybe do it yourself. If you do find this video helpful and you do try it, please feel free to find me on Instagram and tag me in a picture. I would love to see them. Or, like I said, follow Roots and Refuge page and see if maybe you would rather do her method, because obviously her method works. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye!